Do you think that it's fair to say you're attracted to teenage girls?
I'm Ellie Flynn, and I'm in the USA investigating child marriage. In 18 states, there is no lower age limit for marriage.
Did you have braces on when you got married?
Yeah.
And there are loopholes that let older men marry underage girls. I'm meeting with 18-year-old Heather.
Here's a picture of me on my wedding.
Wow.
We just had this connection. We could talk for just hours. Like, we could talk all night and just never run out of things to talk about. I got really drunk. I remember waking up in the trailer with him. And I had asked him what happened, and he told me, he was like, well, we had sex. And I was like, okay. Like, I knew he took advantage of me, but I really just didn't want to admit that I was raped.
Most cases of child marriage don't hit the headlines. But after the police got involved, Heather's relationship was national news.
Were you excited when you found out you were pregnant?
No, I was terrified. And, you know, then when my parents found out, it was even more so.
Heather's mum called the police and pressed charges against Aaron for statutory rape.
My grandpa said we could run away to Canada. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? What is this? My mom is the one that told me, well, you can get an abortion. And I was like, well, no, I don't want to do that. My dad was just kind of like, well, you guys should get married. You know, for him, it's a religious thing. And, you know, the way it was put was, you have to get married or your baby's gonna grow up without a parent. And so that for me, like, that tapped into like one of my biggest fears.
After some research, they discovered she could marry in Missouri at the age of 15, as long as one parent consented.
It just kind of like really hit me that I'm having like a really shitty wedding.
In my privilege to pronounce you husband and wife.
You know, it's not one I want at all. It was kind of fun at first. But then it just like went from happy to just awful really quick. Aaron just got mean. He always got this look. You knew that he was about to start screaming and most likely hitting things if he got the look. And that happened all the time after we moved in together, after we got married. I pretty much married a monster and I didn't even know it.
I travelled to Idaho to talk to the officer who led the investigation.
One thing that I found interesting about this case is that the family were under the impression that if they were married, they wouldn't be at risk of being charged with these statutory rape laws.
Well, that doesn't change anything. The crime was still committed, regardless of whether they're married or not.
This is a small town. Were there a family that you knew beforehand?
What shocked me the most was the fact that her dad didn't come forward and seek out counsel, something, you know, from law enforcement. What should I do with this? You know, I asked Keith about that. He said, we're religious people and we don't believe in a child growing up without a father. And I said, well, you know, that may be the case, but he raped your daughter. The damage that it did to Heather, this will affect her the rest of her life.
Aaron pleaded guilty to statutory rape and was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
A local father accused of taking his 14-year-old daughter to another state so she could marry the 24-year-old man who impregnated her. Strawn is charged with 2 felony injury to child charges and 1 charge of accessory to rape.
We went ahead and proceeded with the charges on Keith because he took her to Missouri knowing that she had been raped. That, in the prosecutor's eyes, made him an accessory.
Now that I look back on it, my mom She was really the only person that stopped to think, like, is this what is best for my daughter? When literally everybody was against her. That's the one thing that I'm so grateful for. My dad got 4 months. The way the judge put it, he was sentencing him to 4 months in jail for the 4 months that I was forced to be married to my rapist. I think he got off pretty easy.